Okay, welcome to the Cubes of Europe. This is one of those print and play projects from BGG. They have this thing with 9 card games, excluding the rulebook. I like the design. It's called a Euro game by Ben Huntley. First thing, or the reason why I built it is that it is in serif. It's for 10 and up, one player, 15 minutes. I think that's about right. You need a few cubes and a few dice. This game is, yeah, not so good. Let's see. So you shuffle and then you take one. What I do is I take them out of the sleeves, place it here. This is Europe, and this is the set of the market. And what you need for the market is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This part and the corresponding colors. So I'll move it like so. Every turn. Oh yeah. Then it says you have to place a yellow cube. So it should be like so, I think. Place a yellow cube in one of the 3 yellow parts. So let's say we place it here. Doesn't really matter. The game ends if you run through the market, and then you have to shuffle again and place as many cards onto the market as unoccupied yellow spaces. So what you want to do is to cover up the yellow spaces, because that saves you a little bit of time. There's also dice mitigator called worker. It starts at 1. I think that's it. Let's see. Yeah, so you every turn you roll 2 dice and do 1 action with each die. So obviously I roll ridiculously high, a 5 and a 6. So I could take a red from the supply, which I'll do, and take a white from the supply, which I'll do, and that's the end of a turn. So next turn, 1 and a 3. I can place a red into the supply, and I have to do something with a 3. Now I want to, well, let's place this on a 3, because it has to match, of course, otherwise it would be meaningless to have these die values here. But now the unintuitive part starts. White, when this cube is placed and placed it onto the land, you may immediately gain a cube when whose color matches a color available in the market. A color available in the market is this thing, so it could be red, blue, white, or green. Now green is points, and you have to grow adjacent. So adjacent to this is 2 green, 2 red, a white and a blue. so it would make sense to take a green one. What green does is, at the end of the point, at the end of the game, this cube is worth 1 point, so it's not really useful. But let's go with the flow, right? So this is the effect, and this was the second action. One, 2, 3, yeah. Next up. And now you see the issue of the game. You can't really reach those yellow things. You have to first be lucky to have a yellow one here, and there are just a few cards with yellow, and the rest is other colors. So to get this here, I would have to use a 2, because this is off limits. You can change the value of the die to 1 by spinning a worker, and then, oh fuck, it's not going to work. I first need to get rid of this, so spinning the 6 first to place the green cube here, and then I do this thing, so it's a worker 0, and it goes into here, and that's the end of the actions, because green does not trigger any extra effects. So next game. So you really want not a ziplock, but a little box for this with felt in the cover to not make such a noise. 1 and 3, okay. And here the yellow is unavailable, and it is also a very high number, so only with a 5 or with enough workers you could get it. But we are going to, well, we can't place this, and we first need to get there for adjacency reasons. So to place the red, okay, I spent the 1 to put it here, and now the effect of red is that you may immediately place another cube from your inventory adjacent to another already placed cube, ignoring dice and number requirements. So you can place this well, you can't place that there, but what you can do is you can place it here. I guess those connected regions count in the end. So that was the 1. We still have a 3. Now let's take another color, or blue. Should we get? No, that doesn't really sound very smart. And let's see. You can also gain a worker. Gaining a worker, using a worker, gain a worker. You just spend a die, any die, to gain a worker. Okay, cool. Next round. A 6 and a 4. This is very useful, of course, to get the third one. Because they depends on the look of the draw, but so to place it here, we change it to a 3 and place it in the supply. And that doesn't really help us yet. So let's also let's just spend a worker, or gain a worker. Okay, next up. One and two. That is, well, that kind of sucks. We could make a 3. Yeah. Or how else to get there? Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Let's see. They don't really match. Blue, what does blue do? Gain a worker. Okay, cool. So we want to have a blue, so we spend this here. We spent the 2 as getting a worker, and that's it. Next up, 4 and a 4, and that's great. But yeah, now we have to get rid of those things. So I would have to spend 1 for a worker, and then make this -3 to place it here. And I gain a worker because of blue. That's it. So the market is gone, and I still have 2 unfinished. So this is the normal market, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. So these yellow things are very hard to get.